deserve to be a reserve, but we'll see what happens.
I know in this day and time, players don't play 82 games anymore, but you played every game until then. How disappointing was it to have to step back after showing the ability to be there an every night player?
Yeah, I mean, not too disappointed. Just want to be back tonight and start a new little streak of games played.
This place sort of has mixed memories for you. I mean, obviously it's your hometown, you've had great moments here, and then you had that one playoff moment when you dove for the loose ball and it didn't turn out absolutely perfect. What's it like when you come back to this court? Like, which memories do you carry when you come back to this city and this court?
Yeah, I mean, I really think about just growing up here in Milwaukee. Every time I'm just thinking about playing in the Bucks arena. Like, growing up, that was my dream. That was the arena I came to every game, every NBA game I came to watch was in this arena. So, or not this one, but the Bradley Center. So, you know, I mainly think of that. Not even the other times we came here. It's more just the gratitude to be in this position and just be playing basketball in the arena.
Obviously, continuity is so important in the NBA. We have a unique situation here, 7 games away, 3 games back, now 2 games away again. What's it like working through the situation of the uncertainty regarding Jimmy, where you guys stand?
I think we all know everything that's going on, so not really much to talk about.
Does it hurt continuity that much? I mean, I know players miss games because they're injured anyway, but what's it like sort of bouncing back and forth between style A and style B as a team?
What do you think? Probably not the easiest to work with someone who's in and out, you know, in any job. Sure. So we love Jimmy. We love for him to be here, and I love Jimmy.
Tyler, we all become creatures of habit with the schedule. Can you imagine trying to get into the building the way that the Bucks are going to have to try to do it tonight?
Yeah, it's definitely a unique situation. We'll see what happens. I think they're supposed to get in time for us to play, so I think that's all that matters.
And with that being said, their offense has picked up and gone to a whole other level. The defensive focus you guys are going to have is probably at its optimum level to try to maintain a position and try to beat them tonight.
Yeah, I mean, they got obviously the two heads of the snake with Giannis and Dame. Never easy to contain them. Trying to make it tough, make things as tough as possible, not let them try to, you know, get a rhythm, you know, early. I think last time we played them, Dame had like 25 at half, so that gets him going, that gets the team going early, so to try to be able to just slow him down from the beginning.
You explained well all the positives of playing with Bam and Khalil together on Sunday. I was going to ask you, what's the biggest learning curve or challenge with the lineup for you and Duncan and some of the other wings? Is there one?
I mean, mainly just the spacing, you know, trying to figure that out with the two big lineup. In my time here, we haven't played, you know, really a two big lineup like that. So just figuring out the spacing with, especially Khalil, he's a young guy, so just being able to get him into the swing of things with the spacing. And Bam's never really played next to a big either, so trying to, you know, implement it all at once obviously isn't the easiest thing, but just each day just making the right steps in the right direction.
When you were growing up here, how often did you go to the Bradley Center to Bucks games?
I mean, I live like 15 minutes away. I grew up 15 minutes from here, so I mean, I go to any game we had tickets, you know, just try to get down as much as possible.
Thanks, Ty. Appreciate it.
Well, NBA life can be just your view of what the Bucks are having to deal with, just trying to get back here.
Yeah. You know, I just think you always just have to focus on being present and the task at hand. You know, there's a lot of unpredictable things that happen during a long NBA season. They're going through it with their travel. There's always going to be something. You know, you get used to it. The quicker you can get used to it and not make it as an excuse, whatever it may be. You know, I remember the bubble. I remember the year after the bubble was more chaotic than the bubble. So thankfully, we haven't had to deal with, you know, the weather situation. But I think everybody's glad we're playing this game tonight. It just gets a lot more complicated when you have to push it down the road.
To that extent, the Bucks offense is just revving at a really high level right now. What is it that you guys need to key in on so they don't have these 120, 130?
Yeah, I mean, that's a big key to their success. You know, I think they've only lost one game when they've hit over to the 120. Giannis looks like he's fully healthy, doing all the things that we know that he can do in terms of getting downhill, attacking, getting to the free throw line, just putting a ridiculous amount of pressure on the rim. But then you also have to deal with Lillard. We remember the game in Miami, and they've certainly found a way to get that collaboration going and the role players fit around those two guys. So it has to be a great focused effort defensively, which we're capable of.
In your coaching career, can you remember ever encountering something similar to what the Bucks are doing now in terms of how close to the start of the game?
I'm sure there would be. I don't know.
Okay.
It takes too much mental energy for me to think. But yeah, what they're doing is impressive, and they're arguably the best first quarter team. To get them off on the right note in the league.
One point that Tyler made is Bam is able to roam more when he plays with Kalel. What do you see as the upshot, the upside for Bam in terms of things he can do more of when he's playing with someone of Ware's size and talent?
Yeah, we'll continue to find that out. It's not the first time that he's
been able to. He's played with Hassan a little.
Yeah, where he's been able to play in that role. I think his versatility is what's important. That he can play the pick and roll, which he's elite, one of the best in the league. He can play off the ball, which he's elite. As a help side defender, we need both. Quite frankly, our defense is 12th right now. We've been flirting around with top 10, it seems like, the last several weeks. We need to get to another level. Hopefully this helps, but I also don't want this to absolve the responsibilities of our perimeter players. Our perimeter players have to take the challenge in pick and roll basketball. That's what this league is now. Can't die on screens, leave it all to the bigs. When we really are at our best, our perimeter players are competing on the ball and doing their job.
You spoke last week of complexity being in an unusual place. You don't have a player for 7 days. You do have him for 3 games. You don't have him for 2 games. I know players miss time and things happen.
Yeah.
Is this any different than that because of the suddenness of having to adjust on
the
fly?
point that I've made to our team is get used to it. Get over it. This is the NBA life. This is the life we chose. If you think that it's just going to be predictable, you're really mistaken. I think it takes a mental fortitude and commitment just to focus on the task at hand. Nothing changes in terms of what the task is. We have a game tonight. We have enough continuity. We know what our identity is at this point. You can make any excuse you want to, but we get to do what we love, and we get to compete tonight. At 6:30, tip it up, and may the best team win tonight.
Is there an X's and O's portion to that, though, where you sit
Of course
yourself
there
and
is.
say, without player X, we obviously have a different player, and how different is that?
It's
when
part
you
of
put
the
game
job.
plan?
It's part of the deal. And so, we've had this happen all season long, so we know the exercise and what we need to do to make those adjustments.
Because of that, Eric, did you have to, was there any frustration that you had to sort of, address the group against, or just got, like you say, players have done this before, and you kind of coached them just sort of.
No, we did not address the frustration.